you know that I'm Sharon Butler. What you might not know is that I'm the only instructor for California real estate trainers. So I am your instructor. Now, a lot of people reach out to me before they come and take our class, and they ask me, when should I start studying for my real estate exam? And the first thing I ask them, is it your sales exam or your broker's exam? Because it depends on how much material you have to study. And a lot of people I talk to are studying and studying and studying and scared to get their exam date. And I'm like, okay, you did way too much studying already because you don't know if you're studying the right stuff. Now, the new news is that the California brokers and sales exam was changed. They released it on March 25th. And California real estate trainers is one of the few people who know for sure that their materials are helping their people pass. In fact, they're passing with such high scores. It's crazy when other people are getting a little piece of paper and they're being told, you know, you're gonna have to look in an hour, you're gonna have to look tomorrow on our website. All the people who've been told that, who get that piece of paper, have passed. Our students are passing. Now, if you have not received your test date yet, so a lot of people ask me, you know, when I get my test date, I'm going to go ahead and take your class. And I'm like, okay, Bet, why don't you take it now? Because you can take our class up to 3 times. So if you take our class while you're waiting for your test date, you'll be able to learn the material, you'll be able to go over the material, and then if you'd like to, you can take our class again right before you take the exam. What I see is, I see a lot of schools that say, take our exam prep the weekend before. Now there's exam preps that have like a 1-hour movie. Now I don't know how a 1-hour movie is gonna help you pass and know everything that you need to know. And then there's one that's 4 hours. Again, I don't know how 4 hours is gonna help you learn everything that you should have learned in your principles and practice class. So our class is approximately 14 hours of pure material, and it's educational material. We're not doing word association because a lot of people can't do word association. If you're just doing word association, you're usually doing word association on the first 1,500 questions that were in the original exam. We don't do that either, because what we do is we teach you each section, section by section by section. And there's 8 different sections. Now, another thing that we just started, I'm just rolling this out. People don't know this yet. We get students that have had a hard time passing the exam, and they come to us after not being able to pass the exam. They come to us and pass the exam. But a lot of times, you guys, you are only having a hard time, like maybe you got a 68% and you're having a hard time with appraisal. Or maybe you're having a hard time with contracts. Whatever you're having a hard time with, what we do is we specialize the class for you. Literally talk to us. We actually speak to you. We'll look at your exam, what you did good and what you did bad on, and we'll offer to you where you can purchase a video of our class, instant access to the section that you need. So if you only need 2 sections, you can purchase those 2 sections instead of staying in the class all weekend. But remember, you're going to get different questions all the time. So you never know which section you're going to do great on or which section you're going to have a hard time with. And that's when we come in handy, because not only do we teach you the information that you need, but we also teach you test taking tips that really, really help. In fact, how I got our test taking tips is my father, who was a genius, by the way. Hi, how you doing? Glad to see you. So I haven't been on for a while because I had this little problem on my face, but I'm back. I had to let it heal because I couldn't let the ring light show on the scab. So anyway, the thing that's going on is, what happened was my dad, when I was really young, taught me how to take a test without knowing anything about the subject, which is super cool. And I test myself every so often because I make it like a game. So I teach you how to make taking the test a game. And I need some more thumbs up, you guys. And not only do I teach you how to make it like a game, but I show you how to read the answers before you read the question. So going in our class will not only help you with your real estate and broker's exam, but it will also help you with any other kind of test that you have to face in the future. The other thing that happens is there's a thing called the T-chart. Well, what happened was the Department of Real Estate used to let you use a whiteboard. They used to give you a calculator. Well, then they stopped for quite a while. They stopped doing the calculator, they stopped giving you a whiteboard, and then recently we found out that you can ask for it. You can actually ask to use the whiteboard and ask for the calculator. So if you don't ask, they're not going to offer it to you. So always, always, always ask for the whiteboard, because we'll teach you how to do the T-chart, which is a proven way to pass an exam, especially if it's multiple choice. And we'll teach you how to do, I hate to say these words, I don't know if I should say them or not. It starts with an A, and I'm not going to say it. If you want to know what it is, reach out to me, because I can't share it on the internet. I'm super sorry. But anyway, that's how it works. We know things about the test that most people don't know. So we share all that information. Now, depending on what section you need, if you're just going to purchase a section, you may not get that information depending on what section you're in, because I say that sometimes at the end of class, and sometimes I say it in the middle of the class, most of the time at the end of class. So anyway, somebody's asking me a question about property ownership and land use agency fiduciary duties. Gosh, you have lots of different sections, right? So I think that might have been Arlene. I have a young lady that helps me with my class once in a while. And sometimes what you can do is reach out to me or reach out to her, and she'll help you with whatever it is you're having a problem with and find out which video it is that you should purchase. So we have different subjects. There's 8 different sections. And yeah, that was her, and I think she put, oh wait, that's somebody else, I think. Anyway, so there's 8 sections on the real estate exam, and what you can do is you can purchase them separately or take the whole class with us. If you're just at the point where you're taking your classes, I tell students that are just taking your classes, hey, get one step ahead, because check this out. If you can take our class 3 times, and you're going through principles and then practice and then your elective, and you don't know how to get through the final, even though it's an open book final, what you can do is take our class, which literally teaches you everything in all those sections, and it will help you pass your classes. Then you have some help in learning what you need to learn. And you do that when you're doing your classes, you do that when you sign up for your exam prep, and you do it one more time right before our class. Now, how we work our classes is we do it on the Sat. We try to do it like this. I say try because I am an NAR director, that's the National Association of Realtors, and I also am a California director, so they keep us busy, and whenever something comes up, we have to learn it right away. So we try to do it on a Saturday and Sunday, and then Monday through Thursday. Then we take a week off, and we come back, like this weekend, we're doing Saturday and Sunday, and then we're going to do Monday through Thursday, and then I'm going to Washington, D.C. to meet up with over 8,000 to 10,000 realtors to talk to our legislators about what's going on in the United States with housing and how we can help more people buy homes. So there's lots of stuff going on constantly. And oh, another thing, I took a class today on something that's near and dear to my heart, helping families. Whoa, that's a cool thing, right? So in our business, we get to help families with the biggest investment in their lives. And sometimes they have lots of questions on them. And I took a class on that today. And I gotta tell you, people who say that they don't want to get their real estate license right now because, oh, the business is slow. The business is not slow if you know what part of the business to specialize in. You guys, you got to get excited. You got to help families. And I guarantee you, if it's in your heart and you should be a realtor, you should be taking our class. So I'm just telling you right now, if you have any questions, put them in our comments. We'll help you out. And be there, be square, be in our class and learn all you can. Even if you don't want to be a realtor and you want to get your license so that you can purchase homes for yourself, you can do that. Or maybe you want to be a loan officer. And a loan officer sometimes needs their California real estate license in order to work at the company they're working for. So some people don't understand that loan officers could work at direct lenders, or they could work at banks, or they could work at a mortgage broker. Depending on how their license will depend if they need their California real estate license and an MLO license. So like I said, if you work for a company, if you have your MLO license and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna get this interview and I'm gonna go work for these people, and then they look at you and they go, do you have your California real estate license? And you go, no. They're like, okay, come back when you do. So you wanna make sure that you know what you need to do what you wanna do. How about that? And if you wanna buy your first home and you're like, oh, so worried about, oh my God, I want the best person to help me, but yet, I don't want to have to pay all that money for a commission, but yet I have my license. Well, how about having your mentor, I can help you with that, help you with your real estate license, buy your own home and save your commission. Not all of it, but most of it. So we are here to help you any way that we can when it comes to real estate, mortgages, classes, everything you want to know about real estate, we're here for you. So make sure you look for California real estate trainers. If you want to get your license or you want to buy a home, we're here to help you. See you soon. Thanks for joining. I tried to shut it off easy, but you know, it never works that way, right?